people, welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Aphline Adoyo again, and I'm back with another interesting video. This is on story time. I said my videos will be informative, educative, entertaining, lifting people, encouraging people as well. So in today's video is just a story time of the days back then when I was in high school during the visiting days. So in one of my videos, I've stated that I lived with my relatives, and back then in high schools, there were visiting days, but currently there are no visiting days. We only have academic days or consultative days where parents come to consult about their students' progress. But then back in the years, parents would come. We would have specific days when parents would come and visit their children, and as they come, they would carry food, they would carry everything that was to be used or they would use on those specific days. So there was this one particular visiting day when I was in Form 4, that is in 2011. My guardians, I was not that person who was visited frequently. It was rare for me to be visited, and it was in our school. Visiting days were to take place on the first Saturday of every month. So there was this visiting day. I was not visited as usual, and I had 5 shillings. You remember that old 5 shillings, the bigger one that has the corners? That was the money that I was left with. So I decided in our school, when parents would come, they would get through the gate, and there was a field, there was a bouquet pitch where parents would sit, others would park their cars in the field. So that was the area where students would sit with their parents, they would eat, they would do everything. And then hawkers were also allowed to come inside. Others were outside by the gate of the school, others would come inside just by the gate, and students would go and buy stuffs from them. So I said I had these 5 shillings. That was the only money that I was left with. So I decided I would go by the gate and buy ginger nuts. So as I went, and remember, as I've said, I was not visited, so it was not my norm for me to go in the sides or in the direction where the gate was, because I knew no one would come and visit me. So this particular day, I decided that I'll go use these last 5 shillings that I had to buy the ginger nuts. So I went and bought the ginger nuts. Unfortunately, that really hurt me, or that really hurt me back then. It was my last money. And when I bought the ginger nuts, back then they would put ginger nuts, 3 of them in a pack. So I expected 3 ginger nuts. Unfortunately, when I opened the ginger nuts, guess what? I only found 2 ginger nuts. I was disappointed. But what would I do? I just ate the ginger nuts and said bye, because that was the only money I was left with. This is a story I'd love to tell my daughter one day, or my children one day, that their mother passed through something, but that didn't tear me up. That really encouraged me, and that is why I said earlier that my YouTube channel would be to lift people. That if something happens in your life, you should not stay there uh, and worry or think or to get stressed about it forever. No, that should lift you up. That should encourage you. There should be a lesson that you're learning, whether a good or a bad thing happens to you. There are lessons that we should draw from everything that happens in our lives. Remember, everything is ordained by God. Everything is planned by God. So everything that happens, you should draw a lesson out of it. So I've come to the end of my story time. Let's meet again in our next video. Thank you. Subscribe, like, and share this video. Thank you. Bye bye.